What's up, everybody? It's Meech. You're tuned into On the Radar, where we cover health, fitness, and tech. All right, so bear with me while I set up. I wasn't prepared. Sorry, got to get prepared. And they told me not to keep. I can't. Apparently, you're not supposed to show the logos of your computer. You're not supposed to show the logos of nothing. And just listen. All this YouTube, social media, just advertising, all this stuff is stressing me out. I don't know. Listen, I just want to cut the camera on and do me. Now I got to hide logos, shift my computer. No, yo, listen, it's out of control right now. But I'm gonna do me. But listen, you don't care about all of that. So I did the video the other day about amazing herbs, and I said I reached out to them, was asking them some questions, trying to give you guys some more information to make better informed decisions about your oil, because we're all comparing oil and trying to find the best and do all this stuff. And so, I put up the video. They didn't reach out back to me, but a couple of days ago, they did reach out to me finally, and I'm trying to pull up this email. So please bear with me, but they definitely reached back. They reached out to me. I'm not going to go into all of the details. It's a pretty long email. I'll say the guy's name, Steve. I'm not going to give his whole name, but Steve, he's the VP of operations for Amazing Herbs. He's the person that reached out to me a while ago, I think last year, when I did the video about the Proposition 65. I told you guys somebody had reached out, and then, we was never able to connect. So he was the same person that reached out. He said, as I said, I wasn't able to do a phone conversation. He said he wasn't able. No, he wasn't able to do. I'm bugging. I wasn't able to do a phone conversation. I wanted to do an email. He wasn't available for that, so we never connected back. So he was saying, he should have made a better effort to, reach back out. So he gave me a little bit of details, and then he did answer the question. So I want to run through it. So that this video isn't too long and dragged out, so bear with me, because I'm just going to go through the email. But like I said, I don't want to just be reading the whole email and just telling you everything. But he did say about the Proposition 65 that he said there was a major error on the part of Amazon to label us with that classification, and it took a long time to get it cleaned up. So it was a real thing. It was, because some people was even getting at me like, yo, what are you talking about? No, this was a real thing. He said that Amazon, shouldn't have put that on there, and it took them a while to clear that up. So it was a real thing that's going on. But apparently they did get that cleared up, and it is removed. A lot of people was telling me about the Proposition 65 that the people in California, especially, they were saying that label is pretty much on everything out there, from like everything, like all type of products that has nothing to do with anything, but, as far as, giving you cancer and stuff like that. So I don't know the politics to all of that out there. I've heard a bunch of stuff, but I don't personally know the politics to all that. But they're saying they got that cleared up, and that's that. He said their founders one of the first to bring black seeds to the U.S. His company started selling it as they was the first ones, one of the first in the country to start selling it as a nutritional supplement. He said they work with a specific company who has their own growing fields, and all seeds are grown organic. No fertilizers, chemicals, or pesticides used. Same grower, same fields year after year. He said the seeds are screened cleaned to allow only the seeds to remain. The seeds we receive are the same seeds from the current year of harvest. Our seeds are shipped to our location in Beaufort, Georgia, and then cold pressed at our facility within the month of receiving the seeds. The seeds are quarantined, then sent to a third-party lab before pressing. Once the results are approved, we press the seeds and then quarantine the oil till it can be sent to a lab. Did I just say that? I might have just said that. I'll try to edit that out if I did. Once all is approved, the oil is released for production. In production, we bottle cap and label the oil. At the beginning of each new lot used in production, I am given a sample of the oil. I personally test the oil and log it in as a reserve sample. We also have reserve samples on all seeds and the oil that is sent to the lab. We have a lot of competition now that the market has grown. There are all kinds of companies with all kinds of oils. I can't speak for the other oils, but ours is on top. Continued success, all that good stuff. So, and by the way, I have to keep this at a distance and on an angle. So it's why I'm kind of messing up when I'm reading. But, you know, I know how to read. Nah, but all right, seriously. So as for the questions, he says, and I know I'm messing up because I don't have the questions now in front of me. I just have the answers. I'm just going to run through it. He said, so we had asked him 12 questions about the different production and all that stuff. So he said, they press the oil themselves, as he said already. We have industrial stainless steel presses made for this type of operation. The premium seeds come from Turkey. The Egyptian seeds come from Egypt. That's the second question, of where do your seeds come from? Third question is just the answers, but we have available photosanitary documents with the seed shipments, although it is not required in the U.S. Because we was asking about, you know, how do you clean your seeds and can you, you know, prove that? We asked what kind of equipment do you use? He already said industrial. They do screen cleaning. They use the seeds from the current year of the previous year. So a lot of this he already said in his, you know, in the paragraph. The benzoprene is hydrocarbons as a result of burning to the point of char. We press at a very low temperature and is not related. So I guess he's saying that I take it as he's saying that being that they press at such a low temperature that is not an issue. It's not anything burning. He said an industrial hydraulic filter press made for this type of oil. So that's what they're using to filter their oils. I don't know what a hydraulic lifter press is. I'm going to have to look some of that stuff up. But he's telling us what kind of filter they use for the oil. And I'm going to get into soon the what all of that means and how the filtering is done, because that's something else we just don't know about. So I'm going to get into I have some information on that, but I'm going to dig a little bit deeper and do a different video on the different filtering techniques. TQ was tested on each lot number and is done by a third-party lab. We do not share that info. We say on our labels that it varies from 0.95% to 2.65%, and it does. We do not want customers purchasing our oil by TQ level. And it says in parentheses, everyone should want 2.6. Well, yeah, if that's the highest, we're all going to want that. But we do know that it's, you know, I always talk about that range, but, you know, I'm not getting into anything. I'm just here to present the facts. So let me chill. I don't want to inject my own thoughts on this one. They say USDA is not on our label. They said we have a 10,000 square foot facility. And then the 12th final question. We have regular FDA inspections and work closely with them to make sure we are up to speed. He also said that he was on vacation, so it took him a while to get back. And that's why, you know, he said he didn't get back to me. And listen, you know, I was being critical in the last video, but I'll take this man's word for it because, you know, I'll take his word for it. He was on vacation. That's why I didn't get back. Because to be honest with you, initially when I saw the email, I said, oh, so it takes for me to put out a negative video for me to get a response, because that was the only time I got a response. Even the first time is when I put out the Proposition 65 video. So, you know, I was like, oh, so that's what it takes. But when I'm just doing reviews and giving you, you know, positive information, you know, about your company, I don't get nobody wants to contact me. When I say something bad, then I'm going to hear from you. So that's the way I took it, you know, right or wrong. It is what it is. That's how I felt. So he's saying he was on vacation for the past 2 weeks. That's why he didn't get it back to me. I accept that. You know, it is what it is. But he did get back to me and he answered all the questions. And, you know, he said some other stuff that, you know, not anything funny or anything like that, but he said some other things that I'm not going to get into on this. So we'll keep it between us. Nothing negative or funny at all, but just, you know, conversation. and then he's answering the questions and giving up the information. So I appreciate that. So thank you, and I'm sure all my subscribers appreciate and thank you for it. So the other thing he said, where are we? He said a lot of this information you want is proprietary info, and most companies are not willing to provide it. I hope this helps with your research on black seed oil. So Steve, yes, it does. And again, I appreciate it, and I thank you for that. So I know, a lot of this stuff is a lot, even some of the other stuff I might want to ask. I do know it is like, these companies are not going to answer all of this stuff. But as I said in a previous video, I do feel like this information is stuff that, we should at least know. Like, we could get deeper in some of that stuff. I understand where, companies are like, it's none of your business, like you don't need to know everything about, and I get it. But, I just want, so listen, like I said, I'm not going to really push any of my personal feelings or thoughts or anything. I just wanted to provide this info. You guys can take this info for what it's worth. You guys can stack it up against all the other info that I've put out there, all the other info that is out there, period. When I get response from these other companies, you can get, you can compare it and take what you want from it. But I just want to provide information. That's what I'm doing. So once again, I thank Amazing Herbs for reaching out and answering these questions. Now, moving forward, I do want to, I do want to say some other things. I'll do it in a different video, some different thoughts and opinions, and we'll just save that. So I'll stop here before I start rambling and get into some other stuff. So I hope, this. The other thing I did want to say is, there are some other things that I want to start touching on and getting into as far as black seed oil and different stuff, but it's coming. But listen, let me stop now. Till next time, stay focused, stay fit. Please hit that like button, show your support. Definitely hit that notification bell so you'll be alerted the next time something else pops up on the radar. Salute.